So I'm going to put together an 80 centimeter softbox. And there's a few components here. This is the actual softbox itself. And there's two baffles, an inner one and an outer one, which I'll show you how to put together, and the bracket. So first what we need to do is we need to mount the bracket onto your light stand, like so. Just basically open it out. Then put in the inner baffle. You can see how there's just these clips that clip onto each of the four corners. Next thing is the outer baffle, and that just goes on by Velcro. So within a couple of minutes, you're pretty much set up. And then that mounts onto the back of this bracket. So if you zoom in and have a look, so basically you just have to line up the bracket to these edges like this. And that's pretty much it. So that's the softbox setup there. For this example, I'm using a pocket wizard. What you do, if you zoom into here, there's a couple of different knobs here. So this one, if you loosen this one, you can actually move this back and forth. So you can move the flash head closer to the softbox if you need to. So what I do is move it back as far as you can first, and then mount your radio transmitter, or if you want, you can just mount your flash straight onto here as well. Okay, and then use this knob here, just use that to tighten it. Okay, so that's secure. This one I'm using a Canon 580 EX2. So I'm mounting that backwards. You can mount it forwards if you're not using this radio receiver. Just lock that into place. And that's pretty much it. So if you actually want to get the flash head closer in, all you need to do is undo this bottom one. That'll loosen that, and now you can move it in like that and then tighten it again. And you're pretty much ready to go. If you need to adjust the actual softbox direction, you need to undo this knob here. And then that way you've got this type of movement. Just be careful when you loosen it, make sure that you hold the actual softbox bracket like this, because if you don't and you just loosen that, it's just gonna be, it's fairly heavy for an 80 centimeter softbox. And that's pretty much it. You're ready to shoot. So we'll take a couple of shots and we'll test it with and without the inner baffle as well, so we can see what kind of lighting that we get from it. And we'll also try it outside as well as indoors. Good. Okay, so now I'm going to take out the inner baffle to see what kind of lighting that we get. Just take this down. Okay, and also with this, you can actually, just by twisting it, you can kind of change the orientation of it just like that. But for this purpose, it'll just be straight. So let's give this a go and see what we get. So I'm not changing my f-stop, my shutter speed, ISO, anything like that. It's just the same. Okay. All right, change it up. Good, good, good. All right, so now we're gonna shoot with the 50 centimeter softbox indoors. So let's have a look what that looks like. I've got the flash set on half power, so that's the 580 EX2, and I'm shooting at 250th of a second at f5.6 ISO 125, and for this one the inner baffle's been taken out. So now we're going to try it with a 50 centimeter softbox. It's exactly the same type of setup, but the only difference is there's no inner baffle, so it's just the front. And I'm going to use the exact same settings, so 250th of a second, f5.6, ISO 125, and the 580 EX2 is at 1/2 power. So we'll see what kind of shot we get with that. With the 50 centimeter, this small light stand is fine, but with the 80 centimeter softbox, it's a lot heavier, so you need a much more sturdier light stand. So just keep that in mind when you're buying your light stand.